This is Mr. Mark. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate for you an eBay Store Manager Excel system that I put together to help you manage your eBay store. There are four main parts, which I'm going to go over, but first I'd like to briefly mention each part. The first part is the product listings. This is where you will put the information on your actual products that are listed on your store. Then you have the order sheet where you'll enter the actual orders data. You then have the refund sheet where you will enter your any kind of refund, meaning returns, cancellations, anything that results in a refund. And then finally you'll have a profit summary, which will give you a daily summary of payments, profits, refunds, and your net profit. All right, and I'll explain all of that in more detail. All right, first of all, starting with the product listings. Very simply, when you list a product, you need to provide the item number, or rather eBay will provide the item number, and what you will do is simply copy the item number. Let's pretend that this is the product, and you can use right click, paste. I use the second paste button to match the format in here so it doesn't try to paste the format from eBay. And then you have eBay account. I put this here because some people have multiple accounts. This way you can specify which account that you're selling on, that the listing is on. Alright, so in this case, Mark's eBay store account, for instance, the date that the product was listed, and then of course the title of the product, or specifying which product you're actually doing. Right, this is a travel pillow for your neck. And the variations, if the product has variations, you you could specify the variations, or you could actually not. I mean, but this is here in case you want to actually have different prices for different variations. So you might want to have black $8.44 and perhaps orange is $9. All right, so in that case you might want to have different entries. I would just repeat the same item number in that case, because it's all the same item. So that's something you could do, but I'm just going to leave it like this for now. But that option is available. Also, there might be two variations. It might be a certain color, a certain as well as style, size, or whatever. So there are two columns in case you need to put two different things. Also, you have the buyer shipping charge. Now, if you're given free shipping, of course you just put a 0. But if you're charging shipping, you might have a flat charge of $5, for instance. If it's calculated shipping, you may not know exactly what the shipping is going to be, so maybe you just put an average amount of what you think the shipping will be. This is just to have an idea of what the total sale will be for the item, and that will calculate the total sale. Right, so what this spreadsheet does not do on this page is, on your product listings page, it is not calculating the profit. The profit will be calculated when you actually get an order. So this is not predicting or the profit. So if you want to get the profit or calculate the potential profit, what you could do is you could use a profit calculator, one of the profit calculators that they have available online, or you could use this one that I created myself, which is on my website. And I'll have it linked in here, and you can just put in the original cost, the cost to ship to the buyer, the eBay fee percent, the PayPal, all of that different stuff, your selling price, and it will calculate the profit. I've demonstrated this in some other videos. So you could always do that if you want to get an idea of the price and the profit. But basically the point of this is that you have already created the listing, you already know what you want to sell at, you already know what your profit's going to be. The purpose of this is just a database to store the listings. All right, that's all this is. Okay, now I'll move on to the order sheet. So now with the order sheet, every time you get an order, you'll put in the order number, which is the way that you identify the order. eBay's order numbers are 2 digits, 5 digits, and then another 5 digits. Normally you can copy and paste from eBay. Again, which account did the order come in on is the other thing. If you have multiple eBay accounts, you need to specify which account you actually got the order, right? Where you actually got the order. Then the item number, and let's pretend that it's the same one that I just listed over here. This is the item number, and then basically you have the product, right? So again, you'll just copy the name of the product. Okay, I won't actually do it for the sake of time. Let's say it sold today, the same date, and let's say it sold for, I forgot the price, for $8.44, right? Now, one thing I should have added is the variation, and I'll just go ahead and insert those as well, 1 and 2. That's why it's great to go over the system. All right, you want to say which variation sold, the black, the gray, or whatever, what color sold, all right? Okay, $8.44. The other thing is the buyer shipping. Okay, the buyer shipping, again, what did the buyer pay for shipping? Let's say they paid $5. So they paid a total payment of $13.44. So the way I split this up is like this. You have the buyer payment before tax, and then you have the buyer payment with tax, right? This distinction is important because the eBay fee is currently calculated based on the buyer payment before tax. All right, this is for people who haven't switched over yet to the managed payments. This is for people if you're still using, the way eBay is now with PayPal. This is before tax. Now, that's for the eBay fee. That's how they calculate the eBay fee. When they add tax to the order, let's say they add tax and the buyer payment comes out to be $14 after tax. All right, the PayPal fee is calculated based on that. All right, the PayPal fee is based on the buyer payment with the tax. All right. After managed payments, the eBay fee will be calculated based on the buyer payment with tax. And what will happen is there'll be no PayPal. It'll just be an eBay fee. All right. So, but anyway, the main point is just this is how this works right now. If there needs to be an update in the future, I'll make some kind of update. Contact me if you think something needs to be changed. What did you pay for shipping? This is the other question, right? You have to put your shipping costs, what you actually spent. So maybe you spent $10. Put that on the left. Okay, maybe not 10. Maybe you spent $5 on shipping, or 8. Let's say $8. All right. I'm going to leave boost fee. If there's a boost fee, you just go ahead and type the fee in, the amount. If you're concerned with the listing fee, for people who are selling one thing one time, the listing fee matters. For people who are selling the same thing over and over and over again with the same listing, listing fee doesn't count per order because there's only one per month, right? That one fee. So listing fee, this is more for people who, if you're selling something out your home especially, or maybe you picked up something at a discount store and you only have one, and you're going to sell it one time, right? So these are your total fees if you add all the fees together, right? This is your PayPal payment, which is based on the, as I said before, the payment with the tax. So actually, let me explain this a little better. The PayPal payment is the payment that you will get in your PayPal account, which is actually going to be whatever the buyer paid to you, but then you have to subtract the tax, right? You have to subtract the tax. Okay, when you subtract the tax, I mean the PayPal fee, sorry. When you subtract the PayPal fee, this is what you're left with. So I haven't subtracted the eBay fee as yet. All right, now the net, all right, the net is actually the net gain. In other words, how much are you going to actually gain on the sale, all right, after fees? Well, that's $11.39 because now you have the eBay fee, all right, but that comes out later on in the month, which is why I put it as part of the net. All right, what did you make overall, right? Considering all the fees. So it's $11.39. If you know the original cost of the item, if you know what you originally paid for it, you can place that here as well. If you know. $5, for instance, now the profit is $6.39. That is what you are left with. Considering the original cost of the item, that is your profit. Okay, the next part is the refund sheet. And on the refunds, what you're going to do is you'll put in the eBay order number for a return, right? So let's say I really would like to use a separate order, but I guess it'll be easier to use this. Okay, let's say you had an eBay order number, the same order, request type. So is it a return? Is it a cancellation? Let's say it's a return. Then I'll just simply type return. What date? When did they request the return? Let's say they requested the return sometime in the future, right? So it might not happen until I'll have to put a future date. Let's say August 10th, right? When did I approve it? Maybe I didn't approve it until the following day, right? So then you put that date, and then, all right, I just got to fix this to be the format that I want, but okay, I'll deal with that later. And let's say you have the refund date. In fact, sorry, actually approved. Put that in the wrong place. This is a yes or no. Yes, I approved it. No, I did not. In case you want to do that, or you could put the date. Right? It just kind of depends on how you want to do this. Then you have the refund date. Right? When did you actually refund the item? So that could be August 10th. How much are you going to refund? Right? It could be the whole order. It might not be. It might be a partial refund. Right? Let's say. For instance, let's say I refund. I'll just say $8, and then whether or not the item was returned, and let's say no. In this case, right? It wasn't actually returned. I told them, you know what? I'll just give you a refund for $8, partial refund, and they're happy. All right, let's just say. Then I move on to the profit summary to show you how this works. So basically everything has to do with the sold date, right? The actual date that it sold. So if you look at the actual date that it sold, the product sold on the 2nd, right? So on a profit summary, if I start with August 2nd, it's going to actually automatically pull all the total of sales from my orders that happened on this day. On this day. Right now, I only have one order, so you don't really get to see the full effect. But if you imagine, if I had like 10 orders on that same day, you're gonna see that it's actually gonna go and add all of the sales together for that same day, and it's gonna bring it back into the profit summary. So basically, the buyer payment before tax, that is your actual sale amount, right? That is what you actually got as a total sale. So that goes under here, all right, the $13.44. Then you have the PayPal fees for that day. You have the eBay fees for that day, the total fees for that day, right? The total PayPal payments, which is really, again, it just means the sale minus the PayPal fee, all right? And then then considering the eBay fee, subtracting that as well, what did you actually make? All right, altogether you made $11.39. but then subtracting the original cost of the items, what did you actually profit? All right, and the refunds, if there were any refunds on that day, there weren't any, then this is the profit you made net. The refund is on a different day. So what will happen is when August 10th rolls around, okay, somewhere in the future, remember, you're going to have some other orders here potentially. So you might have some other stuff going on here, and then you might get down here to August 10th, right? 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. And you'll see that you have a refund of $8, right? It's taking this from the refund sheet because you refunded it on August 10th. It's bringing that over here and saying, oh, all right, you refunded $8. Well, you lost $8 net. All right, but if you have some other orders on the 10th, all right, then it's going to make up for the loss, right? If you have some new orders, and it will give you a different number because you'll have profit from the other orders, right? So that's basically how it works. But I mean, you really have to actually put in the orders data to really see how this works. All right, you'll have to actually use it. And that's basically how it works in a nutshell overall. I'm going to clear this out so that you can but actually, right before I do that, because this is just a general overview, don't forget you have filters. Okay, I already added the filter for you, and you can use that to select and search for a certain order number or a listing or whatever, depending on where you are. So always remember you have the filter to look for a certain order number. You just type it in or paste it in here, and that will help you with that. That will help you to find a particular order or a particular item that you're looking for. And I'll also have some contact information here on the about. Right now it's blank. I'm going to go ahead and put something in there, some kind of message. So if you want to contact me with any comments, suggestions, or questions about this particular system, of course you can leave them on the YouTube video as well. But if you're actually using the system, then I would want you to, depending on your particular issue, might be better to actually send the email. All right, so that's what you'll have to do. There'll be a link in the description of this video where you can download a perfectly free copy, and with your feedback, then any adjustments that might need to be made, I could make updates, perhaps send out a few updates on it in the future. But basically, any comments, suggestions, or questions, leave them below. As I said, get a copy, email me if need be. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.